It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
The sun is up, the grills are fired up, and the engines are set to roar here at the Pocono Raceway on this Memorial Day 2021. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Penske Rentals 500. The Pocono Raceway, first opened in 1971, is one of the most unique tracks in all of North America, ranging at 2.5 miles long, with 14 degrees of banking in turn 1, 8 degrees in turn 2, and 6 degrees of banking in turn 6, and a 3,700 foot front straightaway that is going to provide for some thrilling overtaking opportunities. We've seen some of the wildest racing here last year. Dale Lightning securing a late race move on Davey Johnson that would secure him the race victory at the drop of the checkered flag. And Angel Olvera, who thought he had a chance to clinch the championship in sight and ran out of gas coming to the finish under the pace car, would go on to not score points, and then a few weeks later Rockingham would not win the championship. It's been a wild season to this point. 16 races in the books, 13 different winters, many different teams at 2 wins, multiple drivers with 2 wins. Can somebody claim that elusive third win here today and take control of the put themselves into the championship hunt? At the top of the driver's standings coming into today, Justin Zeidel, who is still searching for career win number 1, has a now 83-point lead over Equan Haslam and 89 over Dustin Davis. Consistency has been the key for Zeidel this year. An average finish of under 15. He has been absolutely fantastic in this opening stanza of the season, despite the lack of a win. Haslam and Davis still trying to chase him down. Caleb Rose, who slid back a few weeks ago, has clawed back up to 4th, 102 off the lead. William Brock is back to 5th. Joe Rutkowski slipped a little bit last week at Texas after a poor run there. Davey Johnson also slid down. Barto, Sakala, Troxel, Brandon Nelson, all big winners last week. Obviously, the biggest winner last week was Angel Olvera, who moved himself up 11 spots and is looking at getting himself into the championship hunt here in that number 42 machine for Stealth Motorsports. We'll have to see what he can do here. Obviously, the pressure is on a lot of these drivers here today. 16 races down, 16 more to go, 15 after today. The chances are running out, and this is an important race because there aren't two. You're going to have, we're going back to Pocono late in the season for the Kalahari Resorts 350, which will be a 28-lap sprint race when we do come back here. So it's a very important learning session today for these drivers to gain as much data as they can about this racetrack and the pit strategies you may need later in the fall. Let's take a look at the starting lineup as they roll off the grid. David Johnson on the 3rd pole of the season for Perez Family Racing. That's 2 for Miller, now 1 for him. He starts alongside Danny McMillan in the 75 for Otter Island Motorsports, his best start of the season. Row number 3 is going to feature 3 wins on the season between these 2 drivers, Caleb Rose in the 22 and Andrew Miller in the 51. Row number 3 is going to feature Brett Sierra in the 67, his best start in a long time, alongside of William Brock in the 34. Row number 4 is going to feature Eric Monaco in the 79, alongside of Joe Rutkowski in the 44. Watch out for him today. Danny Bouchard and Josh Williamson make up row number 5. Equan Haslam and Zachary Fitzwater make up row number 6 here. Nathan Baird and Noah Clifton make up row number 7. That is, I believe, Arthur Xavier and Hergel Arvin Alonso behind them in row number 8. Shane Lake and Christopher Alfby in row number 9. So all three of the Polar Star Motorsports boys start inside the top 20 for today's race. And on row number 10, Igor Barreto and our winner from last time out at the Texas Motor Speedway, Angel Olvera. Got to watch out for Justin Zeidel today. He starts 24th, but he's got a long time to make up for it. And if there's a track that you have a lot of opportunities to make up passes, it's definitely this racetrack. The slipstream will be a huge factor in today's race. 2 pit stops likely, about a 15 to 18 lap fuel window, so we should be good on just a 2-stop race unless things get real dicey. I don't expect any fuel mileage to come into play here today. And tires. You're going to want to make sure you always can get every chance you got at the fresh rubber. And track position, given that the slipstream will play such a big impact on today, is going to be very important as well. But great to see a bunch of red, white, and blue paint schemes out here paying tribute to the troops today on this Memorial Day 2021. And with that, the Dodge pace car hits the hard left to pit road. David Johnson's going to see the green flag. Let's go racing on Memorial Day 2021. The Penske Rentals 500 is green from Pocono. Rose got a fantastic jump on Daniel McMillan. They've already shuffled him back to the 4th position, and Andrew Miller in the 51 is looking to make it a Perez family 1-2 here early on. But Caleb Rose in the 22 for Collins Racing is standing in his way. Miller to the bottom. Rose slightly slid in there, a little high entry, but he got a great run to the middle of the corner that allows him to claim 2nd position, and now he's going to go for the lead on David Johnson. Are we going to see our first test of the slipstream here today? He pulls out, heading into the top end of the racetrack there, heading down into the tunnel turn. Rose on the bottom, Miller and Johnson on the top side. The 2 teammates. Can Miller get to his back bumper of his teammate, push him out to the lead? Not quite there. Rose gets to run down the short chute, heading into turn number 3. He's going to get a huge run through that turn. Now here comes McMillan in the 75 on the bottom. Miller is going to swap his way back down to the bottom. David Johnson's going to get shuffled out here real quickly. Oh, you got the 2 Stealth Motorsports boys really hustling through the back of the field there. Now, see, Monaco's going to slide back down to the bottom of the racetrack, looking to get a run on Andrew Miller, but Rose leads. McMillan is 2nd. Miller's not done yet. He has Monaco. He's going to clear Daniel McMillan. Not quite. They'll be side by side down the long back straightaway here at the Pocono Raceway. Heading into the tunnel turn. We saw Rose got a good run here. Oh, Rose checked up a ton in the middle of the tunnel turn. That allows Miller to close right back up into him. Now as they head down into turn 4, Miller gonna send it right down around him, so he goes right back around Caleb Rose, and we're gonna get our 3rd leader in 4 laps here at the Pocono Raceway. Johnson led lap 1, Rose led lap 2, and Miller at the line leads a lap. As we start lap number 4, now Rose is going to fall into the clutches of the 2 Otter Island Motorsports boys. Monaco to the bottom. McMillan on the top side behind Rose. And here comes Brett Sierra in the Raging Bull machine in that 67 machine. He's looking fast here to start this race here today. Rakowski's hanging in there well. Brock, Barreto, Williamson, Haslam is hanging out there well. Xavier's moving up. Bouchard's moving back. Brandon Nelson started outside the top 20. He's moving up through the field really well. So is Patrick Smith in the 11. Alphabet is sliding backwards. Justin Zeidel, I believe, is sliding backwards. He's lost about 2 spots since the start of this race, so not a good start for him. And Brock Nelson, who didn't even complete a qualifying lap at speed on Saturday, has already, I believe, is into the top 30. He's already, I think, into the... Brock Nelson didn't even complete a qualifying lap, is already up to 28th. A spectacular run so far today for Brock Nelson. Top 4 have separated. big hustle of cars here in the middle of the pack. We've got Barretto's moving his way through the field trying to get around Monaco 4-6. Haslam's with him. Xavier Bouchard. Cirrus lost a lot of spots there. Shane Lake, Brandon Nelson, Zachary Fitzwater, couple of the Aussie mates there. Oh, Nelson's going to take it 3 wide on Shane Lake as they head down into turn number 3. Actually, that's 3 of the Eurostar, the non-American international stars there. You got Nelson, Fitzwater, and Patrick Smith. Up front, though, we can see it is still Andrew Miller in the 51, looking for his 2nd win of the season. Boy, this would be a great track to pick it up. Almost looks, kind of has some shape similarities to Talladega, if you think about it enough. Nelson started outside the top 20, already moving his way out on the door of the top 10 in not even 10 laps. This race pace is flying by so far. These guys are moving around this racetrack. Fastest lap of the day is Caleb Rose with a 55.43. Not really surprising. Rose has been able to spend a lot of time in that slipstream. Now you got Miller, Rose. That is McMillan with the white wheel 75. Rutkowski, William Brock, Igor Barretto. So that is both of the Collins Racing machines in the top 6. This is looking like some Willow Springs type beat. And both of the Otter Island Motorsports cars in the top 8. So they are flying. Nelson, I almost thought about 3 wide. He gets around Haslam. He gets around Johnson. He's going to get around Bouchard. Brandon Nelson is on the move early in that number 18 machine for Grattan Racing. He wants to get a back-to-victory lane. It's been way too long for him. He hasn't won since Lime Rock Park of last season. Now, obviously, he won a championship. So, I mean, that, you know, there is some of that, you know, he won a championship, but 2 Collins Racing machines and 2 Polar Star Motorsports cars make up this top 7. It is a big team hustle up here at the front. Eric Monaco's trying to keep pace with the leaders. He just doesn't seem to have quite enough speed yet. This field is still really close here. Through 8 laps now, 6 seconds separates the entire, 6.5 seconds from first to last. So a very fast race so far. Former teammates has him on the top, Lightning on the bottom. This is the battle for 14th. Lightning going down the back straightaway, going to get a really good run there in that 25 machine. Alonso's hanging on there. Zidell's finally cracked his way into the top 20. Oh, he's going to take him 3 wide. Can he get a 3 for 1? Zidell's trying to get the run on the bottom. He'll get around Davis and Johnson. So Zidell, knowing he needs to move up through the field to start making some of these points up. Oh, McMillan got around Caleb Rose. Rutkowski gets around Caleb Rose. Xavier's moving his way up. Oh, caution number 1 on the day is out. Oh, Reeves and Troxel. That's going to bring out our first yellow of the day here in the Penske Reynolds 500. And that's going to take Nelson Reeves, whose season just can't get any worse, it seems, and the king of inconsistency himself, Thomas Troxel. The Mission win-out colors did not play out to his benefit this week. Has 2 wins in that scheme and has also had some pretty porous runs. Oh boy, what would you pay now to be a crew chief on top of one of these boxes? Because this is where you're going to have some interesting strategy calls. If you split it now and did a pit stop here, you'd take it yourself to about lap 25 to 27 range, which actually, these guys could put it in the window right now, I guess. They are in a window now. They've completed about 10 laps. They'll probably gain an extra lap or 2 under the yellow. They are in the window, and I think they're going to take it. I think. It looks like we're going to see some takers. So, with the window open, strategy games to be played here on pit road. The question is, will anybody not? Will anybody roll the dice and stay out? It doesn't look that way. It looks like everybody's coming. So here we go. Pit stop number 1 of the day. Let's see what the strategy is, and we're going to watch from Andrew Miller's going to get a pretty good box, so we're going to watch from Andrew Miller. and see what happens here at the front end of pit road. Ooh, McMillan made a little bit of contact there. This pit road's it's kind of interesting because this is a very wide pit road. Much, much wider than almost any other circuit we go to. I mean, you could go 4 wide down this pit road, but... Oh, 2 tires, 2 tires, 2 tires. Rutkowski is going to jump Miller, almost. Oh, blinding stop from Rutkowski and the Mercedes boys. Rose just lost a ton of positions on pit road. He might have actually made some contact with David Johnson. No, lucky for him. I am pretty sure Rutkowski just won this race off pit road. So Joe Rutkowski, his season just continues to marvel at how fast you can come up through the points. Missed 2 races, that's not an issue for him because he's had 7 top 10s despite the 2 races he's missed. So he's ran 14 races, he's finished in the top 10 in half of them, and he's got only 2 top 5s, but he has a win, and looking for win number 2 today and get Polar Star Motorsports their 3rd win. But let's take a quick look here at the replay. Thomas Troxel and Nelson Reeves tangle, and caution number 1 is out here in the Penske Reynolds 500. Back after this, let's take a first look at the replay to see what happened here at Pocono. Quick little in replay this incident here. I don't know what is going on with this 69 car. He just dives into the corner, nukes Nelson Reeves, and then Reeves is just going to slide up into the track. He is going to completely nuke Thomas Troxel out of this race. And then Nathan Baird in the 16 gets into him, Adam McCrow. That's a tough hit there for those guys. Not the way they want to get this race started. They were already in a pretty bad situation, all of them being back there, and they're going to be knocked out of this race here early on in the going of the Penske Reynolds 500. So it's going to be our first restart of the day. Rutkowski and his team with a fantastic pit stop. Picked up, I believe, 2 spots on pit road. Miller's going to fall back to 2nd. McMillan and Monaco. These 2 guys, you got to watch out for these 2 boys. Still looking for the first team to have a 1-2 finish in series history. Haslam. Xavier, so I mean Polar Star Motorsports also having a great day. Johnson's moving his way back up. His team put in a banger of a pit stop. Rose lost some time, but he did only fall back to where his teammate Barretto is, so he's got a little bit of help there. Brock, Colt, and Yo. Brandon Nelson, who still, again, was outside the top 20 to start the race, so he's really moved up well. So is Zachary Fitzwater, Daniel Bouchard, and Hairgel Arvin Alonso, the top 15. Dale Layton in 16th, last season's winner here at Pocono. Looking to add another one here. Olvera, Zidell, Sierra, and Williamson. Watch out for the 2 Buck Racing boys. And again, Brock Nelson, hats off to this man. He didn't even complete a lap at speed in qualifying, and he's already up to 23rd. So clearly they fixed something at Driscoll's Toyota Camry overnight because he is flying. Back to the restart, and the 2 Otter Island boys this week in red are going to be the first to break out a line down there. Oh, Monaco's going to go to the bottom of his teammate. Are they going to take Miller 3 wide in a 1 and 2? Not quite there, but Monaco said, I'm not sitting around. He's going to get right around McMillan as fast as he can. Who's Haslam going to go with? Haslam goes to the top side to help McMillan for the moment. McMillan's got the run down the long back straightaway here. Let's see if Monaco can send it off into the tunnel turn. He's got Xavier helping him a little bit. Xavier wants to get up to his teammate, Joe Rutkowski, and help him in the draft. McMillan really launched the top of the tunnel turn really, really well there. Side by side, the 2 teammates. I'm sure Mr. Napa fan is having a heart attack watching this right now. Andrew Miller, though, for the lead. He'll get the run down the front straightaway, side by side with Joe Rutkowski. Now, this is going to open the door, I think, for those 2 Otter Island Motorsports machines to come clawing back into this mix here. Miller to the bottom, but Rutkowski slams the door with a beautiful block on that number 51 machine. Now Miller's going to give it another go. He slides it just off the bottom with the right amount of speed. He'll get to the bottom, side by side. Not quite going to get to the... Oh, he's going to get to his door. Side by side through the tunnel turn. Miller's going to clear him off the corner. Not yet. Rutkowski's sticking with him on the high side as they head off into 3 and 3. Almost said 3 and 4. As they head off into 3, Miller launches it. Rutkowski back to 2nd. Here comes McMillan in the 75. He got a great breakaway from his teammate Monaco. Down the front straightaway they go. A lot of guys who could use a great run here today, too. I mean, Andrew Miller doesn't come into this race great in points, 22nd. Daniel McMillan comes in. God, I don't even know where Daniel McMillan comes in points. It's not been a great season for him. He's somewhere on this. I'm looking at it right now, and I can't even find Daniel McMillan's name. So, Eric Monaco. Now, Eric Monaco did win the Daytona 500. So, I mean, that only happens once a year. So, he does have that to his name. McMillan comes in 29th in points. Barretto's going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Barretto to the bottom. Sends it through the corner. What a move by Igor Barretto. Oh, this O2 machine is on fire here on this restart. Restarted 9th, is up to 2nd, and that was a brilliant pass by Igor Barretto. He took him 3 wide in turn number 3, and here comes the Aussie mates of Fitzy and Brandon Nelson. Dale Lightnin's moving up as well. Monaco is getting shuffled back. Dale Lightnin feeling dangerous. He loves this racetrack. 3 wide down the back straightaway. He'll get by Monaco. Rutkowski is now being shuffled out very quickly here. And for the lead at the front of the field, Igor Barretto makes another brilliant pass. And he puts that O2 of Collins Racing Machine to the point. We're going to see how Miller can fight back, though, because Miller's been really good as a trailing car today. He's able to pull, he can just pull so much speed on the draft. Fitzy's now up to 3rd, and he's pulling his fellow Aussie, Brandon Nelson, up to 4th. Lightning is having a fantastic run here today. He has. No top 5s on the season yet for Dale Lightning. Sierra to the bottom. They're going to go 3 wide through turn number 1. Oh, almost went 3 wide there. These guys are stacking up the middle of this pack here. It's a top 4 breakaway of Barretto, Miller, Fitzy, and Brandon Nelson. So 3 international stars in the top 4. Dale Lightning, Brett Sierra, Daniel McMillan, Rutkowski, Xavier Johnson, the top 10. Here comes Brock Nelson in the 17. Started dead last in this race without turning a full-speed qualifying lap. And here he is running just about to crack the top 10 on lap number 18 here at the Pocono Raceway. Not saying he's gonna, but if he wins this race today, knock on wood, that would be one of the best drives I think we've ever seen. And he's driving dangerous. He goes to the bottom of Johnson and McMillan, and is going to clear both of them through turn number 1. McMillan fights back well on the high side. Barretto maintains his lead over Miller. Fitzy's getting a good tow off of those leaders. That's allowing him to close back up. Here comes Brandon Nelson. He's got Brett Sierra and Dale Lightning hawking him. The 2 Polar Star boys have settled back down to 8th and 9th, I believe. Brock Nelson is just flying through the field so far. Those 2 Otter Island Motorsports cars did not get a good jump off the restart. Neither did Caleb Rose, for that matter. Given the fact that Rose started in front of his teammate. Rose, who restarted 8th, is outside of the top 10 now. Barretto's leading. And he started behind him, so top 3 close them back together. Brett Sierra's cleared the rest of the pack for now. He'll set his sights on Fitzy, Dale Lightning, Joe Rutkowski, Brandon Nelson, Arthur Xavier, Brock Nelson, who is just flying through this field today. Won 2 races last season, the Body Armor Bash and Watkins Glen. He won a Watkins Glen. Here comes Fitzy to the bottom of Andrew Miller, looking to get a big draft here as we cross halfway. USA flag spam in chat. It's Barretto, it's Miller, it's Fitzy. They've got a little bit of a breakaway to Brett Sierra. Not as much as it was, though, only 1.62 seconds. Then it's Dale Lightning, Joe Rutkowski, Arthur Xavier, Brock Nelson, Brandon Nelson, the 2 brothers duking it out with Logan Williams right behind them. Nelson on the bottom, Brandon on the bottom, Brock on the top, side by side down the back straightaway. Logan Williams giving that 17 car a shove there. So Brock will clear Brandon. McMillan's going to start fighting back now, see if he can get back inside the top 10. Dustin Davis, Herondale, Arvin Alonso. Oh, up front, they caught Barretto, but Fitzy caught Miller. And Fitzy's going to go to 2nd in that Grand Patron Mustang. Oh, Fitzy moving his way through the field here. He's looking really, really strong here today. Would love to add a huge win to his name here in this series. Won at Rockingham last year in the season finale. Pit stops could be coming up in about 6 or 7 laps. That would be the final stop of the day if this race goes green. Only one incident, but we've had a ton of action all over the field today. So it's Sierra and Lightning. Sierra closed in a bit the last lap. 2 Mercedes boys, Brock and Brandon Nelson. Now Dustin Davis is in the top 10. So Dustin Davis, Equan Haslam, Caleb Rose, nowhere really in sight. I mean, Caleb Rose is in 19th, but Haslam and Zidell are both outside the top 20. Haslam's falling back too. So you want a guy who's really could gain something today. Dustin Davis may be able to start closing back in on this points battle. That would be huge for him. He's up to 9th. Fitzy has cleared Miller. He has his sights set on Barretto. Barretto looking to get Collins Racing their 3rd win of the season. Fitzy looking to get Team Velocitar their 3rd win of the season. So it's a battle of 1 and 2 in the constructors standings. Miller in 3rd. Sierra looking to get runner-up in the constructors standings. Last year's Arctic Racing, only their 2nd win, which is just wild to think about given how consistent they've been. Dale Lightning. Arthur Xavier got around Rutkowski, who's now in the clutches of Davis, Brock Nelson, Logan Williams, Brandon Nelson, and now Daniel McMillan is fighting back. Alonso isn't too far behind his teammate. Good run for him. Durrani, McCrow, Patrick Smith. Here comes Fitzy, though, at the front of the racetrack. He's going to go for the lead down into turn number 1 on Igor Barretto. Oh, is Miller going to make it 3-1? No, but Fitzy sends it off into the corner. He clears Igor Barretto, new leader at Pocono Raceway. Inside of 20 to go is Zachary Fitzwater into 15. Barretto may not even let him lead a lap, though. Barretto's already chasing him back down. Miller actually lost a little bit of time there. I think Barretto made a little bit of contact with him, maybe? It looked like Barretto got into the rear bumper of Fitzy. Not too heavy or anything, but it almost looked like they made some contact. Fitzy and this Mustang looking really fast here, but so is Barretto and Andrew Miller. Now 1.7 seconds separates them from Brett Sierra. Arthur Xavier has moved up to 5th. Still looking for his first career win. He's led a bunch of laps in the series at specific Lime Rock last year. Charlotte, he had some great races, so he's got good finishes to his name. Just needs that win. But for the moment now, Zachary Fitzwater breaking away for the moment from Barretto and Miller. When we cross the stripe, they'll be inside their final pit fuel window. So they're about to enter their final pit fuel window here at the Pocono Raceway. It has been a fantastic duel here on this Memorial Day here. Dustin Davis isn't out of it yet. He's going to clear Lightning for 6, and he's under 3 seconds off the lead. The issue for Davis and a lot of these guys right now is that I don't know how you're going to get clear of... You need to get clear of this whole pack if you want to chase down the top 4. Or have them race each other a little bit. Brett Sierra, 3/10 closed in that lap. We may have a 4th driver come into play here. It's been a fantastic race here today at Pocono. Looking forward to coming back here later in the year. Barretto, Miller, side by side into the tunnel turn. Fitzy did not get a good run in the tunnel turn. Miller will close all the way up to his rear bumper. Oh, but Fitzy throws a little bit of a block there onto Andrew Miller. Down the back, down the short chute, entering turn number 3. Fitzy goes high. Gets a good run off the corner. Breaks away from Miller by a bunch. Sierra, Xavier, Rutkowski, Davis, Brock Nelson, Logan Williams. A huge hustle for the top 10. Davis is going to want to get around some of these guys. He's got a shot to close in the driver's standings today. I mean, so does Joe Rutkowski for that matter. So, the fact that Zidell, Haslam are really struggling here today. Sakala, who is in the top 10, is nowhere to be found. Davey Johnson. It could be another one of those turn heads over races. Alfby, Williamson, I don't know what's happened to Josh Williamson this year. It's just it goes from ugly to worse for him this year. Monaco has fallen way, way back. Caleb Rose has fallen back. He's going to lose in the driver's standings today. I mean, Zeidel's in 20th, but here we go. Final pit stop time here at Pocono. Oh, Sierra and Miller are down pit road. Oh boy, Sierra, Miller, Barretto all darting for pit road early. Which means they should have the clean racetrack because they're going to pit in front of these guys. So this could be huge for the race win. At the very least, I expect that both of these guys could definitely jump Zachary Fitzwater. 4 tires and fuel. Unless we see some strategy being pulled. No, we don't. Williams gets a good jump out of pit road. Barretto. Miller is going to get around Barretto. Sierra's going to be really close to Barretto on pit exit, though. Top of the screen. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater down pit road now. So it's Miller, Barretto, Sierra, Logan Williams in the 38 team. Another great run on pit road. Oh, Upton bumps fenders with Andrew Williams. He'll get a run. Shane Lake, Johnson, McMillan. Now, we go back around to the front of the field. Let's see who all is down pit road right now. All right, we got to watch Zachary Fitzwater here. Watch the top of the screen. That's turn number 3. We'll see where the leaders are at. Keep in mind, again, this is a 3,740-foot front straightaway. It is a giant front straightaway. Oh, here comes Miller. Miller, Barretto, Sierra, top of the screen. Are they going to get the run? Who's going to have the run? Down the front straightaway they come. They're going to be coming into this turn at 180 miles an hour. Fitzy may get the jump if he can get up to speed in time. Oh, here they come down pit road, down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Miller is going to go flying by Zachary Fitzwater. The undercut works out. But Fitzy's already getting back up to speed pretty quickly, and Barretto's going to let him slide into the draft. So Andrew Miller back to the point, Igor Barretto second, Zachary Fitzwater, Brett Sierra, and they have broken well far away from the top of the field. Oh, Alonso with a really slow stop here. I don't know what happened to Alonso, but that was a very slow stop for that 7 team. Logan Williams, watch out for this 38 machine. He's up to 5th. He's on that could he be on that Richmond type beat here today? He's 3 seconds off the lead, but the leaders, I expect these leaders to put up a dogfight. So if he could get some draft from Patrick Smith, Arthur Xavier, Brock Nelson, Dustin Davis is back well secured in the top 10. Alonso's going to turn out pretty good from this, though. He might get Davenport Family Racing a double points finish in the top 10, so at least he'll have a shot to. Upton has moved up a bunch. McMillan's back inside the top 20. Rose was able to gain some spots on pit road. Haslam lost a bunch of time. And I just don't know what Josh Williamson's season has become. At the stripe, time deltas still haven't all sorted out yet because Ryan Durrani hadn't pitted, but it's about 4 seconds from actual first to 5th. Oh, Logan Williams is under attack by Patrick Smith. Brock Nelson, Arthur Xavier, Dustin Davis. That's 9th, and then Joe Rutkowski 10th. But they're all chasing Andrew Miller, looking for his 2nd win of the season. He won at Talladega in that thriller of a race, looking for another one here. Barretto, Fitzy, Sierra. Barretto's actually the only guy in this front field who's never, well, he's won the body armor bash, so technically, he has a win. He just doesn't have a points-paying win. Fitzy, Sierra. And then it's 3.5 seconds back to Patrick Smith. I could see Smith catching them, but he would need somebody to push him. And those guys would need to stop racing each other. Well, stop racing each other more so and just focus on getting into the draft. But Top 4 bunching back up. Here comes Igor Barreto. He's right up the back bumper of Andrew Miller. And remember, too, if we get a late race caution, we have green-white checkers now. So here comes Fitzy to the bottom. Side by side with Barreto. He'll get Barreto. Is he going to get Miller as well? Oh, he's going to have Sierra help him go side by side down the front straightaway. Uh-oh, uh-oh, oh boy, oh boy. Equan has him, I think, stopped somewhere on the racetrack. And we have a caution. I would like to clarify, I did not hit some sort of a button to make that happen. We just happened to have a yellow. We legitimately, the timing for that is unbelievable. A late race yellow here in the Penske Reynolds 500. And as we were saying, these guys back here, they needed a break. They got a break. Smith was starting to close in, but he was going to need a lot more than than just that. Oh boy. Well, this changes the entire complexion of this race. Okay, so, well, I don't think anybody's coming down pit road, which isn't surprising. I'm assuming Equan Hasm stopped on the racetrack because Equan Hasm's car literally just appeared. Yeah, that's a car stopped on the racetrack. There's no damage on that 72 machine, so. Oh boy, what have we had that is turned on its heads? Well, much like Talladega, Andrew Miller's not getting anything. What's the word for it? Andrew Miller doesn't get these wins handed to him. He has to earn it. He fought hard at Talladega to earn it. And he's going to have to fight hard here because Fitzy wants a win, Barreto wants a win, Sierra wants a win, Patrick Smith wants a win, Brock Nelson. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we have not. I don't actually know if we've ever seen a last to first happen in this series. So that would be incredible if he could pull that off. And he would technically tie for the all-time lead in series wins because he has 2 wins from last year, the Bash and the Watkins Glen win. So big stuff on the line for Brock Nelson, who's really a great driver that we don't talk about enough. Just hasn't had the year. Xavier, Rutkowski, Lake, Williams, Johnson, Upton, Alonso, Brandon Nelson, and Durrani somehow has snuck his way inside the top 20. So great strategy from him has actually turned out pretty decent because he wasn't in the top 20 before he stayed out. So, but quick break here. There may be something to review here. There may not be, but we'll get you back to the restart soon here in the Penske Reynolds 500. Watch Equan has him in the 72. Just you can see the speed. Just he goes into turn 1 and he goes into turn 1. Daniel Bouchard, good lord. Yeah, that 72 car must have dropped a motor or something. Goes into turn 1. The thing decided it didn't want to come out of turn 1, and he just coasts down the long pond back straight away. Parking the car there along this inside retaining wall. Credit to him for making sure he got out of harm's way, but that did bring out the yellow flag, which is going to set us up here for a late race restart from the Pocono Raceway in the Penske Reynolds 500. Andrew Miller looking to score his 2nd dub of the season. Who's going to get it done here? We're going to find out here in just a few moments here from Pocono. Well, assuming we don't get another yellow, it's 5 to go at the stripe when we get the restart. Again, assuming we don't get another yellow because we can have green-white checkered finishes. It's been a wild race so far. Miller has led laps, Fitzy has led laps, Barreto has led laps. I think Rutkowski took a few shots at the front. I mean, Caleb Rose, David Johnson, we've seen a bunch of guys lead this race, but I would say, I mean, Miller and Barreto have been the classes of the field, especially Barreto when he's out in front, but 5 to go. And once again, this field's going to make Andrew Miller have to earn it here. 2 cars out of the race. Nelson Reeves after an early collision with Thomas Troxel, and Equan is actually back on track again. So looked to have been he ran out of fuel, But he's got that 72 machine back on track, which is good for him in that, well, not really. He's going to need another wreck to happen in order to gain some of those lap back. So we'll have to see if he has anything for these guys. Or if anybody else wrecks and gives him an opportunity. But will we see another caution here today? It's been a wild race so far. And it's about to get good here right at the end. 5 laps to go. Miller leads them to the stripe. Everybody single file so far. Who's going to be the first to step out of line? It's Fitzy with Barretto. Are they going to try and go 3 wide into turn number 1? We've already seen Barretto do it once. 3 wide into turn number 1. Barretto on the bottom. Is he going to do it again? They're 3 by 3. Fitzy shoots it up the middle. He slides up the racetrack. Oh, Fitzy's going to get that big run off the middle of the racetrack, though. Here comes Miller back on the top side. Fitzy's been really good down this back straightaway, but this is where he has trouble into the tunnel turn. Miller's on the top, fighting with him hard, and here comes Patrick Smith in the 11 out of nowhere. He's already moving up on this restart. He's up to 3rd, and watch out for Brock Nelson looking to do the last to first challenge. He's up to 5th, going to 4th. Oh, I don't think Fitzy's had the last fight he's going to have to put up through today because Nelson and Smith are moving through this field very quickly here. They single file top 4. Dustin Davis is also up to 5th. Watch out for him. And again, keep in mind that if we get another caution, we could go to a green-white checkered. Here we go. Fitzy's got a great run for the moment. Will anybody get around Andrew Miller? Patrick Smith is moving. He's got that 11 car. He's going for 2nd on Andrew Miller. He's going to need a big run into the tunnel turn. Brock Nelson, is he going to go with him? Down through the tunnel turn. Coming up onto the short chute. Smith is going to get to 2nd, and that might open the door for Brock Nelson to go to 3rd. An unbelievable drive by Brock Nelson here today in that number 17 machine, and it may not even be over yet, and we may get an Aussie duel at the front, but it's 3 international drivers at the front of the field with 3 laps to go. And Fitzy's got himself a little bit of a breakaway here by about half a second on Patrick Smith. Dustin Davis is looking to go 3 wide into turn number 1, didn't quite make it stick. Nelson's on the bottom. That seems to be the better lane in turn number 1. Barretto's falling like a rock back to the field. I think Smith is closing on Fitzy a little bit here. He might be getting some of that slipstream. Brock Nelson's not out of this yet. Shane Lake in that 24 is moving through the field, and so is Alonso. He's up to 8th. Nelson gets by. Davis gets by. Xavier's also looking to go by Miller, one of the dominant cars here today. But up front, it's Smith, Fitzy, and Brock Nelson. They are going to put on a 3-way International Star shootout here with 2 laps to go at Pocono. Oh, this is the finish. Everybody stuck around here to see 38 laps complete. 2 more circuits around. 5 miles to go for Zachary Fitzwater to get his 2nd career win in the Body Armor Cup Series. But he's going to have to hold off 2 hard-charging drivers of Patrick Smith and Brock Nelson. And this 17 car has been on absolute fire today. In the turn number 2, he sends it off into the tunnel turn. Brock Nelson gets by Patrick Smith. 1 more spot to go for Brock Nelson to complete the last to first challenge. Oh boy, this 17 car is flying here today. It's 2 Aussie boys at the front of the field as they come down onto the long front straightaway here at Pocono. White flag is in the air 1 more time around. This race is official. Oh, Brock Nelson might lose out here on his chance. Patrick Smith wheels it off into 1 and 2 down on the bottom. Oh, is this going to put... Oh, Smith, he's not losing to Fitzy a ton, though, if he clears Brock Nelson off out of the long straightaway and down the back straightaway for the final time. That might end it here for these boys at the front of the field. Fitzy's going away with it. Down the back straightaway, through the tunnel turn for the final time. 1 corner to go. All he has to do is not mess it up. They're battling it out for 2nd. Smith and Nelson, side by side. Xavier's coming out of nowhere as well, looking to claim a podium spot. Here's Alonso for 5th. But out of turn number 4, they're partying down under as Zachary Fitzwater is going to spoil the party for the Americans on Memorial Day, and he wins the Penske Rentals 500. For his 2nd career win, a thrilling late race drive for him. Smith comes home second. Xavier gets his best finish of the season and comes home third. Brock Nelson, the last 41st to 4th is incredible. And Hergel Arvin Alonso comes home 5th. A spectacular day for Davenport Family Racing. Davis 6th. No, Shane Lake was 6th. Shane Lake 6th. Dustin Davis 7th. Andrew Miller 8th. Rutkowski gets his 8th top 10 of the season. David Johnson in 10th. Alexander Rowe is going to come home 11th. What a drive for this 8 team. Just missing out on his first top 10 of the season. McMillan rebounded to 12th. McCrow, Brandon Nelson. Ryan Durrani, your top 15. Zidell hung around, got 18th, which is going to hurt him in the championship, but oh my goodness. What on earth happened on the final lap? What on earth? I never saw the caution lights come on. That's a huge crash here. They had a wreck on the last lap. That is insanely big crash here. Jesse Turner had the fastest lap of the race at 54.58, but Zachary Fitzwater, his second career win here on a Monday afternoon on Memorial Day, upsets the Americans and takes home the checkered flag for his second career win. Third for Team Velocistar this season. So that's going to be in the battle with Collins Racing. That's going to be an interesting duel to see how that works out for them, because Collins Racing had a decent day. Not what they were hoping for. A lot of the teams have star drivers up at the front. The big winner from today is Davenport Family Racing. Came into this race 16th in the constructors, and they get 2 guys in the top 5 in 4th and 5th. So they will gain huge amounts of points. Polar Star Motorsports should have a pretty good day as well with 2 guys up there. And, I mean, Perez Family Racing still managed to come home 8th and 10th. So that's another good haul for them. But that's it from Pocono. That was a spectacular race here today. We saw all sorts of exciting racing here. It was a long one, but it was worth it here. We will be back later in the season, again, for the Kalahari Resorts 350. It'll only be 28 laps, so it'll be a single-stop shootout race. And it's going to be fairly late in the season, so it's going to be a pretty significant race. But that does it here for Pocono. Next race, we head to the Chicagoland Speedway for the State Farm 600K. That should be... We're going to see how that one turns out. Chicagoland's can kind of be a barn burner. Can either be really boring or a really big barn burner. So we'll just have to see how it plays out there. And we know Fitzy has some bad memories from Chicagoland that we won't talk about. No jinxing here. But congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater on his second career win and first of the season. That does it here for us today from Pocono. Points are after this. Have a great holiday, everybody, and we will see you guys in Chicagoland. So long, everybody.